Bitch, I'm about to blow up. Say what? Bitch, I'm about to blow up.
What's happening, guys? Silent Mike, Mark Bell's Powercast, Super Training Gym here answering more questions from Instagram. First, quick shout out to my boys, Caveman Coffee, keeping me fueled, always taking care of us, and the fam, Barbell Brigade, Bart Quan, Gio, the rest of the crew. Awesome group of people. I like to support them just because they have positive energy and they support us. Surround yourself with good people, good things will come. When do you think, onto these freaking questions. When do you think a good age is to start powerlifting? The powerlifting movements themselves, I think any age, toddlers, whatever, to squat, to kind of deadlift. Benching maybe not so much. But to actually push yourself and to really get into powerlifting, you might want to wait till your teens, at least till you're grown a little bit. Stress is stress. So when your body is already growing really fast, not that lifting is going to stunt your growth, but you're just throwing too much at your body. Your hormones are already going wacky, in your early teens. Your muscles are already growing way faster and way more rapid than normal. So lifting then I think is fine. Nothing's wrong with it, but to just take it to the extreme, maybe not the best idea. Not that it'll cause a ton of damage or anything. It's just maybe not the best idea. Mike, how many balls do you have? I have 2 balls. If you're talking about testicles, and in terms of other balls, I have tons of basketballs because I like basketballs. Why is OHP my hardest, weakest lift? Overhead press leverages are just a little bit harder, even though some people are absolute beasts at them, but typically you're going to lift a little bit less overhead than you will on the bench press, and obviously less than the squat and deadlift. Can I lift without a snapback? I cannot lift without a snapback. I do have nice hair. Sometimes I'll do this whole thing with no hair. I already showed love to my caveman guys. No hair. Look at that. Fix it up for you. I don't need no snapback. I can't be stopped. What else we got? I do like hats, so I kind of collect them. I've always been a hat fan, so I wear them often. How do you choose whether to deadlift conventional or sumo? We've talked about this a lot, but a lot of it's going to be leverages. Typically, I say whatever feels more natural to begin with. We talk about it a little bit in a video upcoming on Mark's channel with Bryce Lewis. It'll be leverages, torso length, arm length, femur length, and then body weight and height. Those will all come into play. What are the most important accessory lifts for building a big bench? Benching a lot is going to be important, obviously. Learning the technique, and that will build the muscles that you need to bench more weight. But the slingshot bench, wide grip, close grip, those are kind of my favorites. Obviously, triceps, shoulders, and back are all very important. Do you feel your good looks hold you back at all in my lifting? Sometimes I do feel that. We were talking to Bryce Lewis this last weekend. He's done a lot of surveys. Kind of talking about what type of athletes wear a heeled shoe compared to a flat shoe in the squat, what type of athletes pull sumo compared to pull conventional, and trends come about where maybe a taller athlete, a heavier athlete is a little bit better at pulling conventional than a smaller, lighter athlete's a little bit better pulling at sumo, and what I've come across is sometimes good-looking guys just aren't very strong, so I'll take that for what it is. I'm a little bit handsome, but I'm very weak, so it is what it is. Is it true that pause deadlifts and block pulls serve the same function? I would say no, not necessarily. A pause deadlift is great at really light weights, I believe. Weightlifters have done it forever, but just learn your positioning all the way up. Make sure your back, hips, knees are kind of staying in a certain progression as you pull off the ground. A block pull is kind of an overload tool, a way to work your lockout, work your grip, and kind of work your CNS. So even though they both kind of, in a way, can just make sure you're in a good position once the bar gets around your knees, they are different. Both are good accessories, but they are slightly different. Why does age have such a big effect on bench press, especially for young lifters? I'm not aware that age has a huge effect on bench press, but age, especially training age, obviously has effect on everything, how your muscles look and how much weight you're going to lift. I'm not exactly sure to what you're referring. I mean, the bigger you are, the more you're going to bench press. Often, bigger chest, bigger back, bigger arms, the thicker you are in general. So obviously, you potentially could get thicker as you get older if you're eating right and lifting. But I don't know if age is the main factor here. What do we got? When am I going to compete? I've answered this question way too many times. I may compete. I may never compete. I don't know. I got into this sport to kind of get stronger, move faster, jump higher, look better. So I really like training. Competing's just not for me. I do, if you like competing, go and compete. But that's what you like to do. It's not necessarily my favorite thing to do. What is skinny fat? I think the term skinny fat basically means that your body fat percentage is fairly high, but you don't have a lot of muscle, and you're fairly slim. So your frame is kind of small, you're kind of small, but you still have a lot of body fat on you, not a lot of muscle. People do probably make up these terms, but it makes sense. It's something that happens, I guess. You're not necessarily overweight, but your body fat is pretty high, which you could argue is just as unhealthy. Man, these questions are so long. You guys need to just dial it down to like 3 lines. We got like essays written here, man. I don't got time to read all that. Silent Mike, please respond. When are the new knee sleeves being released? Slingshot is making an ST strong sleeve. It's a little bit stiffer. It's a little bit more aggressive, and it should be out within the next couple of weeks, months here. So probably 6 to 8 weeks is what you're looking at. Which WWE superstar will you have at Super Training Gym, or is it a secret? A bunch of the WWE guys have stopped by. We don't necessarily announce it because they just want to come in and work out. Mark's friends with a couple of them. I know a couple of them now. So Cesaro stopped by. Rollins has stepped by. Mark and John Cena kind of grew up together. So Cena, when he's in town, stops by. It's just a place where they can kind of chill. Obviously, Super Training is a private gym, so they can work out and not be bothered. When did I start lifting and how? I started lifting 8th grade, freshman year. Just to get better at basketball, to stay in shape during the off season, and also prevent injuries, be a little bit faster, jump a little higher. That's about it. How did I become Mark Bell's right hand man? Basically, I just showed up to Super Training, joined the team, paid my dues, worked hard. Eventually, I quit my regular job, quit coaching basketball, and working at the commercial gym that I was doing, basically 7 days a week, and asked Mark for a job. And then I just worked my tail off all the way up. I started just literally slanging slangers, throwing, printing the sheet, grabbing a slingshot, putting it in, whatever, bringing it downstairs, putting it in the mailbox. I did that for a couple months. Eventually, I started doing that and making T-shirts, literally printing T-shirts in his 100-degree garage. I did that for another 6 months, and then slowly, just started, trust me, I started working harder, and then began traveling with him a little bit, doing videos with him, obviously podcasting with him. That happened about a year later, and then helping him with new products and stuff like that, like I am now. I kind of do some marketing stuff, some outreach stuff, as well as product development, product testing with Mark. Best rep range for cutting. When you're in a deficit, you're trying to cut, I actually suggest kind of keeping your training the same so you maintain that muscle. So lifting heavy, maybe not necessarily maxing out singles all the time, but lifting heavy, kind of training very similar to your when you're on a bulk or a calorie surplus. That's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Subscribe if you like the video. Like the video. Give me that thumbs up. It's going to help me out. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to make this shit happen. Stay tuned. More videos heading your way. All right, thanks.